So maybe Dr. Laitman, you can explain a little bit how does this happen? How does this connection happen? Because when you look at the world today, many people try to kind of equalize everything.
I don't know. I don't get into these definitions of unity, uniformity. That has to do with a person's philosophy. There needs to be connection among people in such a way that they stop hating one another and come to absolute love. This is the program of nature that we have to achieve.
You described it as happening via integration and teaching for or education to integration.
Yes. This is what we deal with. It's called integral education. Well, basically, this is the correction of humans that we have to do. All of our work, the work of Jews in this world, is to educate people so that they will all know me from the least of them to the greatest of them, so that the Creator, namely the power of love, everyone will know it and accept its sovereignty, its governance, its authority.
Okay, interesting. So the question, what I'm wondering is about how to find the balance between the individual and society, or between the individual and the ideal. Because as every engineer knows, when you're trying to integrate stuff, when you're trying to integrate two pieces of software or hardware and so forth, if they are not built to be integrated, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have, and then you need to change one of your components. And the question is what is the best way, seamless way to create an environment where this integration happens?
By subjugating ourselves, and then the upper force creates a connection between us. This is all we need to do, is basically yield, submit ourselves before the law of integration. It is an integration that you can see. In our world, you can see that whether we like it or not, our world is approaching a state of being a global world. And these are signs of the generation of the Messiah.
Hold on, Dr. Laitman, just because some of the things start to sound very religious, and I want to make sure that it's clarified what you mean when you say the upper force, the Messiah. Can you just qualify those things? Those are not religious terms, even though they're used by religious people, right?
Yeah. The upper force is a force of connection, even in our nature. Where nature is one system, so even in the nature that we are in, there is a force of connection that operates on all parts of nature, except we don't really detect it because we ourselves are broken, and therefore we can't and don't want to, because we are broken, to see the unity that exists in nature. The whole process we're going through is about how we attain the unity that exists in nature and in the upper force that governs nature and governs us. The revelation of the unity is really our goal, our task, which we must do.
So going to this topic of anti-Semitism, so the program, so the solution to that is by integration, if I understand correctly. Sort of in making
hatred to Jews will not stop until we open ourselves up to the nations of the world, after we ourselves have understood what is our task. And then we will tell everyone what is the purpose of the development of all of humanity, on the earthly level and onward, above our worldliness, when we begin to attain higher spiritual levels. And that for this to happen, everyone must unite above all the differences. By this, we become Jews and Israelis. Israel means Yashar Kel, straight to the Creator, straight to God, directed toward the Creator, who is the same for everyone. And in this way, we come to a state where, as the prophet writes, they shall all know me from the least of them to the greatest of them, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth.